When you think that 1 in 4 women during their lifetimes have been, or are currently victims of domestic violence, it's startling. It should shake all of us. It's truly a pandemic. People don't understand that domestic violence is a crime. There's always a tendency to want to blame the victim. We've been the best kept secret that should never have been kept secret. We are fortunate here on the Treasure Coast that we have this wonderful organization, and we've had it for 36 years, providing safety, security, support, education to any victim of domestic violence and their children. We're it.
I am a childhood survivor of domestic violence. I was collateral damage or casualty in the situation of my parents. I can remember, it was probably 5th or 6th grade. I got sent to my room so the parents could have a discussion. As I hid under my blankets on my bed, I could hear my mom locked in a bathroom down the hall and heard my father breaking the door down. I heard my mom screaming for her life, basically.
He would hit me. He would strangle me while I was pregnant. He at one point had kicked me in the face. It was on a regular basis every day, to the point where he'd just have to give me the look, and I knew that there was going to be an altercation. I knew if I didn't get out of there, that things were just going to get worse, and he could potentially kill me.
Women don't leave because when they walk out the door, their risk of serious injury or death raises by 75%. Batterers are deadly serious. They tell their victims, "I'll kill you if you leave me," and they mean it.
The numbers are really staggering, and it's something we need to talk about. And it's not something that gets enough light, in my opinion, because we all talk about breast cancer, we all talk about heart, diseases. This affects, a lot of women.
Domestic violence really is an invisible issue in our society. We don't want to address it. We don't think it exists. And most often than not, when we hear about a woman who is victim of domestic violence, we tend to blame her.
It is a problem on the Treasure Coast. It's a huge problem on the Treasure Coast. And I don't think most people realize that. And it has grown every year that I've been working here at SafeSpace. We live in such a beautiful area. It's hard to think about these kind of things going on.
One thing about domestic violence is it's not going away. And as long as it still is a pandemic here, SafeSpace has got to be the one to help and save those lives. Because if we're not answering the call, who is going to? Who is going to get women to a safe place? I never even heard about SafeSpace until the one day that I had to make the call to that hotline. I believe that SafeSpace was responsible for saving my life and the lives of my 5 children.
Our work is really about safety primarily, but it's also a supportive thing. We're there to support victims until they can support themselves emotionally.
Almost 8 years ago, I was taking diapers and canned goods over to the SafeSpace shelter. There was one bathroom for 24 women and children, and the floor was coming apart, the sink didn't work.
We felt that SafeSpace really needed our help, and so, as Patty mentioned, we went to our friends and to the very generous people here in Treasure Coast And we raised the money, and within a year we had the shelter built.
We had 2 brand new, beautiful state-of-the-art shelters that had just been built. We opened them 2 months after I came to SafeSpace. A lot of women come with 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 8 children come into our shelter in the dead of night with just the clothes on their back. We help them get into a room, get settled, and then we give them a night to rest. And then the next day, we'll begin the process of trying to work through what it is the victim wants to do.
And that's when we truly know that these women, these victims who came to us in the dead of night with their children and trusted us with their safety have become survivors.
If we can offer safety, security, and educational programs for these women so that they can become whole again and understand this isn't right. This is not the way society is supposed to be.
If my mother would have known about SafeSpace back in the day, she very likely would have left many years before she did.
I don't even really consider it working for SafeSpace. I just feel like we're a close family and we assist individuals who have suffered significant abuse and trauma in their lives at the hands of people who are supposed to love them.
One thing we love about the SafeSpace organization as we've gotten to know them and the people, I love to go over there and see their happy, smiling faces and see how enthusiastic they are. I know they know they're helping people, and it comes from the heart.
So the federal government, state government, local, whatever it may be, cannot do everything, nor can law enforcement. So it's critical that the community step up together and support SafeSpace and support an organization that they know is making major improvements in their community.
We also rely very heavily on the support and partnership of the community and the investment of our community. I don't know that we would be able to survive without the generous spirit of the Treasure Coast donor community and their trust and confidence in us as an organization and their willingness to invest in us. It keeps the doors open.
The fact that we have to support SafeSpace, there's no alternative. The alternative is these women will stay home and they will die. This can't happen. We have to support this SafeSpace for the women and children of our 3-county area. We just have to do it.
We go at Christmas time and see these wonderful kids, their mothers, everybody dressed in their party dress. They're safe, they're happy now. What better return could anyone have on his investment than to see that they had saved and changed the lives of these people, and what a return, a wonderful thing.
Many of us in the organization have been victims and are today survivors, myself included. What we're able to give in return is all the experience, all the strength that we gained in making that journey. We can share that with her. And it's an incredible gift to be able to give it back and to be able to see someone break free.